Alright, this is going to be a quick video showing you just how to assemble one of the Thrall cabooses. It's pretty straightforward, but I'll give you some tips in here along the way as well. Just watch closely what I'm doing. You might want to wear eye protection doing this. The little supports do go flying. These ones here, you should push them in. Not too hard, not too aggressive, so you don't break out the center. Because you want that to stay. And just rip these off. Quick little snip. And instead of pulling them when they do this, kind of go like that. Flake right off. Oh, note which side of the cutters I have towards the body. I have the flat side, not the angled side. That does make a difference. I normally ship these out with this part already done, but I figured I'd kind of show you how I do this as well. And hopefully I won't break it, because that wouldn't look. Kind of wiggle those like that. Don't get too aggressive with them. They pop right off. Go in here, give it a little pry, and you can just go like this. Pops right out. And you take the big old pliers, those in half because they go into the bays, so they're a little harder to just twist out. And this one, on the 02134 bodies, there's a support inside here that catches the wagon wheel antenna that it sits on, so it sets it at the proper height. So you have to be careful you don't break that out of there too. Got these supports here, just pop off. This one's a little stiffer than most. There we go, we got all that off there. Now, I'm not going to show you how to clean up the various support marks and this and that. There aren't that many because of how the supports don't actually touch the body itself. I have separate pieces on there that just snap off, and you'll have to like go along here a little bit with a emery board, clean that up, and then just take a piece of sandpaper. You look on the bottom here, these locations, there's pads there. You want to sand it down even to those. Just a piece of sandpaper on something flat, a flat surface. It doesn't take much. That just makes this all squared up. Automatic. Now, these are the end platforms. These do come shipped this way on the supports yet, because otherwise they have a tendency to get bent somewhat in the package, and they'll take that set, which you don't want, obviously. Basically, they have very small tips, so you can just kind of work them like this. put your finger on there to stiffen it, just to be sure that it doesn't flex around too much. Now what you want to do, trick is you're not up here trying to cut it away from this. You just want to cut it down here. Boom, that one pops right off. So with that one. There didn't quite come off. Just cut it down low. Just get a few bends and it pops right off. Nice and clean. Like I said earlier, remember you always have the flat side towards the body. If you don't have cutters with a flat side like that, you might want to get some. You can probably get it off of here with regular ones, but I wouldn't recommend it. Down to this point here, you just pop it off of there. Like that. There is your platform. Excuse me. Trucks come supported this way. Same thing here, except actually on these you can usually just kind of pop them off. Just to play it safe, I have a full tray of these things, so I can get a bit more aggressive with them than what you probably should. But they're not terribly fragile, as you can see. These also have a support built into the truck. I don't know if you can see it across the top there. Go along. Should build it to go along. Pop that off there. This one doesn't want to. Just go along like this. Get off of there. And just touch up the top side of it with an emery board. Sanding stick. I guess that's the terminology. See, there isn't a whole lot there. Just pop it off. That's how the trucks come apart. Pushed out of the way. Here's the underframe. And I just spilled all of those. Nice. Alright. Models come with thread inserts. What you want to do with these, position it in there like that. Should be able to just push it in. Sometimes you'll need a little bit more. You can usually get them started all right. See, that one there is a little tighter. Take a pair of pliers, squeeze it down in there, just like that. Your thread inserts, make sure that they're flat. There's a little uneven. I have some of these work well for some of this sort of stuff as well. You don't need these, but they do come in handy. Especially when it comes to putting inserts into the body. Now this also ships as part of the packaging on the ready to run cabooses, but all of them get this. This is meant so that you can set the caboose upside down like that without touching any of the details on the roof. All of the cabooses come with that because you want that for doing assembly work or any maintenance work on it because of the roof details. As you can see here, these just pop in there. Now with this, you do want to be somewhat careful pushing these in because you don't want to just push down without supporting it from underneath, because otherwise you can break the end of the caboose out. want to go like, if you can get them in there without the pliers, great. If not, just have to come in here. And give them a squeeze. Boom, it's in. Doesn't take a lot to put them in there. Alright, both of those are installed. Now, I'm going to do this other platform and another truck. You don't want to pull on these when you're trying to remove them. You want to twist them, not even really twist them, just rotate it to the side and they pop right off. See here, I'm not twisting it at all, I'm just moving it sideways. It just pops right off of there. Snip these off. Don't get too aggressive, like there's 3 of them close together here for the cut lever bracket. You don't want to just chop all 3 of them at the same time, because that can put quite a bit of load onto that bracket, which you don't want. And again, I can't stress this enough, always have the flat side towards the body. And that pops right off of there. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but there'll be like a little bit of leftover sprues on here. Come across like that. Just going to do it this way. That gets it clean enough for what we're doing here. If you want to go further, you can take a sanding stick to it. It really isn't necessary though. But you want to get them off there, otherwise it'll prevent the platforms from going all the way in. Because as you'll see here, there's a pin there. There's a hole there that it slides into. Oh, let's get some of this out of the way. And I'm probably not going to find the screws. Oh, the pads that I talked about earlier in here, they're not evenly positioned. That's so that you can't put the underframe in the wrong way. As you can see, it doesn't line up. Turn it around. Pops right in. There is a bit of sprues still in there. Usually you can kind of, when you're doing it quick like this, you can just jam it in there, but you do want to take something along and scrape those out quick. Doesn't take a lot. Alright, we'll try this one more time now that I got the right screws. If I can figure out how to open this without spraying them everywhere. Just like that. Over here so you can see a bit, but all I'm doing is just putting a screw in there and tightening it up. sure that they're pushed into the mounting hole there. You need to adjust them a little. Sometimes you get a little cockeyed. All right. Same thing with the trucks. Screw through the truck. Now what I recommend after you assemble this is to put just a little dab of say like canopy glue, white glue, something like that. Just a little bit on the threads is like a Loctite. Since it is metal on metal, sometimes there's enough squeeze there that it won't back out, but other times, sometimes they're just a little finger tight. So just putting a little bit of canopy glue on there will keep it from backing out when you're operating it. The benefit of putting in the inserts is the threads won't wear out, obviously, so you can take the trucks off, the body off as much as you want. You're not going to wear it out, which even happens with plastic cars if you are taking the trucks on and off too often. They're just that quick. To that point. I'll show you quick here as well. You really don't want to be putting the trucks or the wheels in when the trucks are on the car, but you can. One thing to note here when you're putting the wheel sets in is they're strong enough, but they're not as strong as Delrin. Alright? You look closely, you'll see a slot there. It doesn't go all the way out to the end, but it does allow you to install the wheel sets without having to push the side frame out so far. Makes it much easier to put these in. Just like that. See how it's got the slot there? Boom. Wheel sets are in. The rest of the stuff is details, pretty straightforward. I just wanted to show you how to remove the platforms and the trucks, especially from the supports. Like I say, I send the bodies out with the supports already removed. Everything else is pretty straightforward, especially if you've done a 3D kit before. If you have any questions, feel free to drop me a message on Facebook or an email. Thanks for watching.